This week didn't just happen to Can Yaman. It told a story. One that goes from loud headlines to quiet confidence, and then straight into global momentum. In the next few minutes, I'm going to connect the exact posts and stories he shared. The Netflix push, the IMDb moment, the test negative headline, and even the apology message, and show you why this looks like a full reputation reset week. If you like fast, evidence-based breakdowns like this, subscribe now, because we're covering every major move around Sandokan, El Turco, and John's global rise. Let's start with the big picture. When a celebrity posts random content, it's just noise. But when the posts line up, it becomes a narrative. And this week, everything lined up. First, the vibe shift. You could feel it immediately because John didn't write a long statement. He didn't start an argument. He didn't go into drama mode. Instead, he shared something very specific. A TV news headline saying his drug test was negative, and then he added a short message that basically translates to, "Thank you for the apology." That's not a small thing. Because in the internet era, the damage isn't always the lie itself. It's the echo. People repeat it, remix it, screenshot it, and then act like repetition equals truth. So the fastest way to kill an echo is not to fight it with emotion, but to hit it with finality. Negative. Apology accepted. End of story. And that's exactly what this looked like. A clean closure. Now, why does that matter for the rest of the week? Because once that door closes, the next door opens. Momentum. And momentum needs proof. Not "trust me." Not "I heard." Proof. So what does John post next? He shares an IMDb Top 100 screenshot with his name sitting at number 75. Let's pause on that. Whether you're a hardcore fan or a casual viewer, seeing a name inside a Top 100 list instantly creates a feeling. This person is not local. This person is global. It signals relevance, signals visibility, signals demand. And John doesn't share it like a desperate flex. He shares it with a cool emoji vibe like, "Yeah, see it. You see it. Let's keep moving." So in 2 steps you already have a complete arc. Close the drama with a clear headline. Replace it with a ranking that screams global attention. But the real heavyweight moment of the week isn't IMDb. It's Netflix. Because there's a huge difference between a fan page saying, "This is big," and Netflix itself stepping in and saying, "We're pushing this." And that's exactly what happened with Netflix Brasil posting about Sandokan with John as the pirate. The caption was playful, direct, and designed to farm engagement in the best way. It asked a flirty, viral question, basically. Can Yaman is a pirate in Sandokan. Would you sail with him? That line is not random. Strategy. Netflix doesn't ask that kind of question unless they want comments. They want shares. They want people tagging friends. They want the algorithm to recognize the post as hot, and then spread it. And notice the angle. They didn't lead with a complicated plot summary. They didn't lead with production details. They led with a persona. John is a pirate. Would you join him? That's the simplest form of marketing. Make it about emotion, not information. So while some people are still stuck in yesterday's noise, Netflix is already building tomorrow's hype. And that's why I'm calling this week a receipts week. A week of receipts, proof, and positioning. Because the order of events matters. If you only see one of these posts, it looks normal. But if you see all of them together, it looks coordinated. Closure. Negative test. Confidence. Apology accepted. Prestige. IMDb Top 100. Number 75. Platform push. Netflix Brasil promotes Sandokan with a viral hook. And then there's one more layer that ties it all together. The media narrative shift. A fan page shared a graphic referencing Turkish radio coverage, basically highlighting John's international achievements, his series' success abroad, and the idea that he's stepping onto major stages. Here's what's important about that. In celebrity cycles, the media usually follows one of 2 storylines. A. Controversy. B. Achievement. And you can actually see the transition happen in real time this week. At first, the conversation is forced into topic A. Then the test headline drops, topic A collapses, and immediately the posts move the audience toward topic B. The achievements, the international recognition, the "this is bigger than your local gossip" storyline. It's like watching a spotlight turn. Now let's talk about why Sandokan is the center of gravity here. Because Sandokan isn't being marketed like a small niche series. The language being used, especially by Netflix Brasil, is the language of mainstream appeal. Pirates, adventure, iconic hero energy. Would you sail with him? That's not art house marketing. That's mass marketing. And if you're thinking, okay, but Netflix Brasil is just one country, you're right, and that's why it matters even more. Because Brazil is not a random market. Brazil is one of those places where fandom moves fast, edits go viral, and streaming communities build hype like wildfire. When Netflix Brasil posts, it's not just a post, it's an ignition. And that ignition fits perfectly with what John is doing, turning Sandokan into a global brand moment. Now imagine you're not even a fan yet. Imagine you're a casual person scrolling. You see a Netflix post calling someone a pirate and asking if you'd sail with him. You see an IMDb top 100 screenshot. You see a headline saying the test was negative. You see a calm, "thank you for the apology." What do you conclude? You conclude this person is trending, protected by proof, backed by a major platform, and moving forward like nothing can stop him. That's a powerful psychological combo. And that's why this week feels like a reset. Now let's go a little deeper. Why didn't John write a long paragraph? Because long paragraphs create debate. Debate creates new headlines. New headlines create new noise. A short message does the opposite. Seals the moment. It tells the audience, "We're done here." And then the next posts pull you into the future. That's textbook. Also, think about what the "apology accepted" line does on an emotional level. It reverses the power dynamic. When someone is accused, the public expects them to defend themselves. Mode. Explanations. Apologies. Please believe me. But John's post flips it. He's not begging. He's not pleading. He's basically saying, "You were wrong. You apologized. Accept." Next. That's confidence. That's control. That's also what brands want to see when they invest in you. Which brings us back to Netflix. Netflix doesn't want chaos around a project. Netflix wants focus. Netflix wants a clean runway to market the show. And this week created that runway. So if you're wondering why a Netflix Brasil post about Sandokan feels extra loud right now, it's because the timing is perfect. Noise died. Momentum rose. The platform pushed. The algorithm followed. Now, I want to address something that fans always ask at this point. Is this planned? I can't sit here and claim there's a secret PR room controlling everything. Nobody can prove that. But what we can do is read the pattern. And the pattern is simple. When a celebrity wants to keep drama alive, they post emotionally. When a celebrity wants to end drama, they post minimally. When a celebrity wants to pivot into achievement, they post proof. This week was proof heavy. And that's why it works. Now let's connect it to your channel strategy too, because this is where you can turn a normal update into a strong story. The mistake most channels make is they cover these items separately. One story about the test. One story about IMDb. One story about Netflix Brasil. But the real value is packaging it into one narrative. How Can Yaman reset the conversation in 1 week. That's a clean long-form video. And it gives viewers a reason to watch until the end, because it's not just a news recap, it's a transformation arc. So here's the flow you can visualize in the edit. On screen, fast montage. Netflix Brasil post IMDb number 75 screenshot, test negative headline, "Thank you for the apology" text. Voiceover. This week wasn't random. It was a pivot. Then you slow down and explain each part like we're doing now. And you finish with the bigger conclusion. Sandokan isn't just a project. It's a global positioning tool. Because when Netflix markets you as a pirate prince, when rankings show your name, and when you close controversies cleanly, you become easier to promote, easier to book, and easier to sell internationally. That's the real story. So the next time you see someone say, "Oh, it's just a post," remember this week. Post can be a message. A sequence of posts can be a strategy. And a strategy can change the entire narrative. Now I want you to tell me in the comments, which moment this week felt the biggest to you? Was it the Netflix Brasil Sandokan push? Was it the IMDb Top 100 number 75 screenshot? Or was it the calm confidence of test negative plus apology accepted? Drop your answer below. And if you want me to cover the next Sandokan updates the second they drop, subscribe and turn notifications on, because the momentum is clearly building and we're tracking every move.